Hey gang, for those of you who enjoy QF, a podcast about Howard Stern, and would like to donate to us just via PayPal, you can, using the email address johnnythegreek21@gmail.com. You can check the link in the description for the spelling, and it's also here on the graphic. And if you'd like to do more in terms of donations or subscriptions, you can use our Patreon account and subscribe via the Black Kluge level, and you can receive our weekly content that we're putting only on Patreon. It's exclusive for that platform. And anything over $5 is just gravy, guys. We love you. Thank you so much.
I can do that.
Raise your right hand and say, I swear on the Lord Jesus Christ I'm not fucking Robin.
Well, I swear on the Lord Jesus Christ I'm not fucking Robin.
Okay.
I really think that that was a confession that she's fucking him.
How?
When she mentioned the charity.
Well, hey, I start.
That charity, she just wedged that in.
What? Hey, I'm starting a foundation. That means that she's screwing the guy.
No. This has been a long time coming.
Yeah, but she's mentioned him 100 times before. So why is this the announcement?
Because a charity. When you go into a charity with one person, that's almost like making a baby.
Robin, the 34, I think, should go up to 44 on the narcissistic chart, because I can't really exactly remember what Howard said, and she goes, oh, thank God for people like that, and she was completely referring to herself.
John Hine. Big wrap-up show yesterday. I heard Robin on the wrap-up show with her. Guatemala, 15 Foundation. You know what? I'm resenting the 15 Foundation.
Why are you resenting it?
I don't know. There's too much 15 Foundation on the air. Everyone's afraid of you around here, from what I can tell. Because people are like, I go, so don't give any money. And they go, oh, no, I better give money.
The bigger issue here, even beyond today, is that Robin's charity's totally taken over the office. Whether it's on air, where she's slipping in charity stuff into the news, whether it's Sal and Richard, whether it's me looking up contacts, whether it's her assistant that's just dropped in the middle of the office when no one knows who she is, and she's in and out of Tim's office. It is, there's more charity work going on here now than radio work.
What's the big deal?
Well, the big deal took up an hour on the wrap-up show.
You know what? I said I didn't want to get into this conversation. Goodbye, Jason.
Well, Jason, I don't know what to say. I do. I think
I said I don't want to have this conversation.
She's upset. Okay. I want to talk to you about it.
You know what? I just have to respectfully quit this job.
Right.
Because I'm just a torturer to everyone here. I'm a miserable cunt who doesn't even say good morning, apparently. And what are we supposed to be talking about?
Listen, he wants more from you.
I'm done.
You're not done. You wouldn't leave.
Yeah, and then, we were having a great time. It was a good evening.
Yeah. And then something bad happened.
Information that really rocked me, and it just fucked my weekend.
I could guess what it is, but I'm not gonna. I think I probably figured it out.
Really? So, yeah.
Somebody betray you?
It felt like a betrayal, yeah.
Welcome, everybody, to QF, a podcast about Howard Stern. I'm your host, Phil Moore, a.k.a. Jim Fix, and with me, as always, is my partner in crime, Sam. How are you tonight, Sammy dear?
So excited. 15s.
That's right. You thought we were finished with this, bitches, but no, we are continuing this. This is like North and South. It really is going to get to like 20 episodes.
It just never ends. It continues on forever.
Yeah. When we left off, the last episode was episode 6, if you're just jumping on this one today. And we finished with 3/24/10, the wrap-up show where she went in and Fred was in and they just started talking charity shit. Now we are on 3/31/10, which is talking about dinner that Howard had with Brendan and Robin. And for some reason, they don't even mention his name. I don't understand why they're so reticent to... you think it's Howard's thing? Like, I don't want to even mention his fucking name because I know he's a piece of shit.
He who must not be named, like Voldemort. I don't know. It's so bizarre. I don't know if it's Robin's doing because she's going to get shit from everyone else because they can smell the grift on him, or if it's because Howard understands the grift on him. I wonder if Beth had the same sort of smell on her.
I'm sure she had some kind of stank.
I wonder if they both like gave each other eyes across the table, like, yeah, you're gonna get in. Yeah, this is. Do you think like they shared a line during that dinner and we're like, listen, this is all you have to do.
Do you think they saw the grifts tattoo symbol on each other's wrists because they're part of a secret society?
The lotus, the lotus symbol.
Okay, so we're gonna start this one that it's a short clip, guys.
But I wasn't Italian the night we went out to dinner. You said it was what?
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, I never talked about this. Robin made me a party.
Why does everybody make him stuff? Like Jimmy made me a party.
It sounds so bizarre. Made me a party. Threw me a party.
Threw me party.
Made me a party.
Held a party for me in my honor, that kind of thing. Okay, fine. That's fine.
Had a party.
Yeah, stupid.
But a small dinner party.
Yeah.
It was just me and Robin and her special companion.
It sounds so weird. It sounds so weird. Special companion. It sounds like she's taking a blind seeing eye dog to dinner.
All I was thinking was, just throw a British accent on him and go, we were there, myself, Beth, Robin, her male companion, or what was it? Her gentleman friend, her gentleman caller.
Special companion. Wait, what is that? What is she taking? Like a cancer patient surviving from a leukemia child? Like,
well,
what?
Yeah, and maybe it's a holdover from the days when Mr. X wouldn't allow his name to be mentioned on the air. And they're more comfortable like that. I don't understand. I don't get it.
But
He's
then
been
they
in
would
studio.
give him the moniker Mr. X. This makes it more weird.
Well, Mr. G in this case, perhaps, but all I know is he's been in studio. He's been on the air before. That's what makes no sense. Like, why go through this surreptitious bullshit? Maybe they will mention it throughout the course of the clip, so let's play it out.
I'm there.
I don't know what's going on there, but I don't think she's having sex with him.
I don't either.
I'm with you.
Thank you.
I know she's not. I think she wants to, but there's a problem.
He's teasing her.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about the whole thing, quite frankly. If Robin wasn't here, I would tell you how I feel. But...
CT.
Yeah, keep it to yourself.
Take your headphones off.
But I don't know what's going on there, and that's Robin's business. And I love Robin. I just hope everything's all right.
Could he make Robin sound, I guess, any more desperate and pathetic? Yeah. For Howard to say, I don't think she's having sex with him. I don't think anything's going on there. Yeah. I mean, he doesn't really say a lot about most people's. I mean, yeah, occasionally he says things about people's sex lives and their relationships, of course. But that just flew right out of his mouth. I don't think they're having sex. I don't think they're fucking. Okay, so this is just the biggest desperation.
Yes, I was going to say he makes her sound like the most desperate, the most desperate housewife in East Orange, New Jersey. I mean, she's laughing it off, but you can tell. I think she's pissed about it a little bit because with the way he's referring to, because she wants to get with him. That's clear.
I mean, he's coloring this and making her look like such a desperate sow.
Right. Well, I mean, isn't she though? At this point in her life. Pushing 60, going with this way younger guy. And I mean, okay, people have been saying over the years, some people think she's hot, whatever. It's all subjective. But for some reason, Cougar Town had not happened yet. You know what I mean? Like all of these things where she still wasn't. Robin was never going to be some kind of Playboy playmate. And so it's a little incongruous to see her with anybody that much younger.
Okay, so let me throw this devil's advocate at you. What do you think's more desperate? The fact that Howard, after being married for so long, really threw it in our faces, this whole I'm buttoning my shirt down to my navel, having sex with this bim, this, platinum blonde horse bim all the time, and escorting her to FHM parties and North Shore Animal League, God knows what charities, and movie red carpet events and whatever, throwing that in our faces, constantly harping on it. And the fact that they have sex all the time or whatever at Dominic Barbara's thing. What do you think? Is that more desperate? or in her little hot outfits with her, oh, look at that dress, that hot dress that almost showed her ass in her vagina. Was that more desperate, or is this more desperate?
I'd say there's no word, but I'm going to create it. It's equidesperate. They're just as desperate, but the perception of one trumps the other. I think you expect it now, unfortunately, that an older guy is going to get a younger girl. That seems to be just a matter of course in the world of the entertainment, where you've seen Les Moonves, you've seen all these big guys get, younger broads. Didn't we just have a picture of Steve Martin and his new wife? Yeah. I can't remember, Anna or something like that, who's like 27 years younger. Anyway, someone saying it looks like, his daughter or whatever. And they're right. When it's that big of an age gap, you can't not think that.
I'd say this is a lateral transfer. Like if you were in a job and they and they were like posting employment options, this would be a lateral transfer.
all I'm saying, I think they're equally desperate, but it's just a little more off-putting for some reason when it's a woman doing it. For some people, I don't give a shit. I dated older women all my life. And so I don't give a fuck. And at one point, 20 years older, and that never bothered me. But other people have hang-ups. So I'd say, like I said, maybe the same. But again, the odd thing is no one knows if they're a couple or trying to be a couple, or she wants him, or people presume, but no one knows, and she's not telling them. At least I don't think she's telling anybody.
I know, it's so bizarre.
Yeah, so it's very just weird.
So
all right, what could be wrong?
I don't know. I have a sixth sense about you.
Mostly a wrong sixth sense.
Right. My sixth sense has never been right. That's why they call it a sixth sense. It doesn't exist. All right. So so it was Robin and her friend, very nice guy actually. This wine guy that Robin is friends with. I was upset initially. Scott and Lewis. Scott
Lewis and Carrie. Scott Lewis, Carrie Egan.
Well, I don't know their names.
Scott and Carrie.
I was initially upset. Robin said, hey, I want to take you to dinner for your birthday. Invite 2 or 3 people, Well, she said, invite a bunch of people, but I wasn't going to be a chazer. She's doing something nice. Invite a couple of people.
I told you exactly how many people you could invite.
Yeah, but I didn't invite that many.
Yes, you did.
A bunch of idiots. Now, I give Robin credit. She's not afraid to spend her money, and she certainly, I believe, would be the person to say, yeah, bring whoever, I'll spend whatever. He, on the other hand, be counting every fucking penny, counting your hors d'oeuvres, counting the tip, everything.
And she also always challenges him on the narrative of things. Mm-hmm. And this is a repetitive thing that always happens in Stern history, where he says something and she's like, that's not what happened.
It's amazing. The unreliable narrator.
Oh, I did? I guess I was a chaza.
The truth comes out.
And so, all right, it was very gracious of her. But I invited the people and so forth. And then she says to me, also my friend is going to put together wine pairings, my wine friend. Then I come to find out the wine friends are going to be sitting at the table with us. Well.
They brought the wine.
Secretly, I was fuming. I would never say something to Robin.
Secretly? You said it right on the air.
Well, I mean, I was fuming before I let it come out on the air. I was like, I don't want to sit with 2 strangers while...
I know the feeling. I hate having to meet new people sometimes, but, that's the nature of life. You go, you meet them, you just chit-chat, whatever. It's not like they're in your life forever. Just deal with it, you fucking baby.
Plus, okay, so there's... like my uncle's a wine, that's his business. He's very successful at wine sales and stuff with that. And then my best friend Christine, her uncle has this show in Buffalo. It's called Spiel the Wine. Mm-hmm. And he talks about wine stuff. And it's so, I guess, what can you say? It could get a very
pretentious.
That's the word. Ding, ding.
Yeah.
And so I can understand where you're going to be like, what the fuck? But if you're in a certain situation at a dinner party, which I've been at their house, it is kind of, when you're at the dinner party and you have somebody presenting these certain kind of wines and they're telling you about it, and they're informing you when you're doing it, I actually enjoy it. You think it's going to be terrible, but when you're in an intimate setting, I actually enjoy it. If you're watching it on TV, it's terrible. If you're doing it in the setting, it's not so bad.
When you're in the moment, it generally, like I'm the kind of person that I would put up with it, and then I'd find some reason to enjoy it, I guess. And I do like wines, and I do like to read up. I prefer to read up about it on my own rather than be told about it by somebody else who, But then it reminds me, there's a scene in the Sinbad movie called House Guest, what he did with Phil Hartman, where there's a sommelier there tasting the wine and doing the swishing and smelling the glass, whatever. And the guy, he starts sounding like he's about to jizz. And then Sinbad suddenly blurts out, sounds like you need a woman. Some people drink wine and some people date. So it's actually pretty good. True. It's a good scene.
No, listen, everything I say becomes a story. What if I slip and say something a little personal? Next thing you know, these two schlubs will probably be telling all their friends.
You should discuss the wine.
And when I get drunk, I talk.
Do tell.
I'd love to know this. Yes, absolutely.
I'm very chatty.
You'll never guess what I heard at the dinner with Howard Stern.
It's true. His dick is the size of a flea.
Oh, my God. Now the shitty accent Olympics have begun, guys. It's Fred by a nose.
When Bess goes out of town, he fucks his dog.
So she says she's inviting these guys, and I'm like, who are these guys, So I was upset about it. I don't think it was right that Robin invite these two guys.
I think it's her fucking nickel. She can invite who she likes, shithead. Number one. Number two, you're just pissed because you don't want to have to fucking pretend in front of new people.
Isn't this her party?
Well, yeah, she said she's invited him out. I don't fucking know.
It was a little weird, right?
Of course. What, with them there? Listen.
Don't you ever go to dinner with the people that are...
Listen, I like to be with Robin.
Well, you wanted it on-team dinner.
A what?
On-team. Intimate,
yeah.
What?
I want a teen at dinner.
I want a teenage boy at dinner.
A young teenage boy who looks like Taylor Lautner.
No, you wanted a very intimate, cozy dinner.
Who's the hottest guy in Hollywood right now for you?
What a segue.
So interesting. Coming from, we just listened when I clipped those things from the breakdown of him going after Bobo in his 13-year-old sword fight as a 13-year-old, and just and basically trying to get chubbed up from a non-sexual
situation.
He's constantly trying to pry situations that aren't sexual in men constantly, but he's trying to make it like, George suggested that. No, you suggested that. You're the one who is suggesting sexual male contact.
It's like he's always going to try to crowbar a cock mention no matter what the situation. Like if you're talking about, man, give me that butter knife. I'm having a hard time getting this strawberry jam jar open. How big's your cock?
We're talking about who's invited to the dinner party. Who's the hottest guy in Hollywood, would you say? And cock.
What?
How did that happen?
Yeah.
Seriously.
Am I in the middle of a conversation I didn't realize I was having suddenly?
It's like backing out of a driveway and ending up in somebody else's fucking
it's Twilight Zone episode
and garage and living room. I mean, where were you going with this?
Damn, I should have put it in neutral. Hold on.
For me?
Yeah, I'm talking sexually.
I don't change too much in my old age now.
Who is it?
I still think George Clooney is very hot.
What would you do to him?
I think he's...
So, in other words, he's uncomfortable with the conversation, so I got to go to gay because George is here. Like, George, what you are is my ejector seat out of this conversation I don't want to have.
Exactly. When, you're going through a car wash and they're like, okay, come forward. And they're waving you on, and they're saying, stop. And then they say, put the car in neutral. Howard.
Just slam on the gas.
Howard's like full on go gay. Like just no neutral. We're putting the car in full gay. We're going to go through the whole car wash, the whole spider wipes, and the whole thing. We're just going to go full plow gay. We're not going to listen to any of it.
Hold on. Clutch, shift, Photoshop. Okay. Okay, I got it.
Sounds good.
Jesus Christ. Now instead of R and N, I'm going to have FAG. Jesus.
Very attractive.
Would you wrestle nude with him?
I don't think I would appreciate
No
that.
Brad in the picture.
No Brad in the picture. I fantasize, and we've discussed it while watching, TV.
Right.
But
I'm sure you did every time.
Oh, my Lord. Like, my head's...
sure we've discussed this. Yeah.
I know.
every time.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, George comes in, nude wrestling. Do you come in his mouth? It's like the music. I need to play the saber dance.
I'm sure we've discussed this. Yeah, it's like every time you turn on the Golden Girls and you watch the theme song, thank you for being a friend. Yeah, you're going to hear the same fucking thing every time you watch the show.
Yeah, when you put the quarter in the jukebox and you press E1, you're going to hear Laura Branigan every single fucking time because they don't change the records.
I can like them too.
Have you ever thought about him while you were masturbating?
Yeah.
Travel down the road and back again.
You're working on a project?
I too much on this show. Right. You've already gotten too much on me.
Do a three-way with him and Brad?
What?
Three-way with
I gotta tell you.
I dream of snorkeling.
Oh my fucking Lord! Like all of a sudden,
Heart is true. You're a pal and a confidant.
Okay. Like I know this show used to run this show used to turn on a dime with certain things, like certain whatever topics, but it's almost like, you know what, I fucked up and I've just been playing it. I started playing a new clip and didn't realize it, but I didn't, and I didn't clip two clips together and paste them together accidentally. This still says dinner with Brendan and Robin. And then we're somehow went back to gay. I don't get it.
Underwater.
Well, I'm going to try and arrange that for you next time you come in. So, this was a lovely dinner. We went to a restaurant called La Bernardine.
Oh, you went there.
Yes.
Bernadette.
La Bernardine. And we didn't sit in the regular restaurant. Somehow we were taken upstairs and...
We had private dining.
We were in the King Baby room.
Private dining.
Wait. Somehow we were taken away. We had private dining. Yeah. I mean, everyone has that option. You even have that if you have a baby shower and you're at a restaurant and, hey, we're requesting a room for a baby shower. Can we not have the public? Yeah, sure, we have a private room. I mean, even regular people have that too. But somehow, magically, fuck off. What kind of narrative is this?
He's Uncle Arthur.
Like some colloquial. Do you think normal people don't have this? Yes, please.
I'll go for the fair.
Okay, let's continue.
You imagine this? When in my lifetime, I think I'd be at a private dining room in La Bernardine. Oh, but there I was. Robin put this. Oh my God. And I like that.
Beautiful room, right?
Beautiful.
Oh,
I've never been up there.
Lovely. It makes people look beautiful.
It was for 8 o'clock.
God, that's some hard-working room.
It made people look beautiful. They must have
not so much.
They must have had to put. Had to put a really long wig on Howard over his face. He must have had to look like Cousin It.
I was thinking to say Cousin It or Peppermint Patty.
What do you think they put on beef?
Oh my Lord! Yeah, saddle.
Do you think it was the days where she had the tits like the one hockey puck that looked like a square that was coming out of?
I got a question for you with regard to her tits. She because you keep up with, you still have your Insta, right?
Oh, I'm not. I do, but I'm not friends with her. So Rick's friends with her. So if I have to look at her Instagram, I have to go to his.
Okay.
Same with Twitter. Like, I can't look at Twitter unless, because I'm such a horrible person.
Okay. So did she remove the old implants and get new ones, or is she operating on, is it, do you have any idea if she's gone flat as a board again?
Okay. So I definitely have an idea what's going on.
Right.
Because my friend had implants and she was in a car accident. So basically, what I think happened is she had her first set of implants were so botched.
Horrific,
and horrifically put the canyons apart. I mean, it was the Hoover Dam in between those things.
Oh, yeah.
That she had those removed, a new set put in. They were still too big, still horrible. Had those removed, had a new set put in. Those, for some reason, I think the scar tissuing, something must have happened. She had those taken out and they can't put new ones in. And I think it has to do with scar tissuing and her tissue not being able to handle holding in any more implants in her own skin, which sometimes happens. So she can't have any more implants in.
Okay.
So she doesn't have anything.
So now what you're left with is, Pittsburgh strong.
Socks.
Okay.
Socks.
The only reason I ask, and I know it's an odd thing, it's because we still get people posting photos, like screen caps of her with the kittens and stuff. And I'm thinking to myself, like, did they pop? Did one of the kittens' stray claws let go, like knock one of the things out? Or is she just gone? And now she's like, that ship has sailed. There's no more.
So she'll post photos where it's like old photos where you think like, oh, they're there. But then you'll see regular photos of her where it's like her tits are literally down to her belly button, or she has obvious push-up bra in or something stabilizing whatever skin is there. But she doesn't have any more implants, and it's really, really bad looking.
I think that there isn't the main problem with her that she's just so painfully thin and reedy that implants are going to look too obvious. Whereas if you're, I don't know, stockier or shorter, you can, and they got to be the right size too. You got to be proportionate to what your body looks like. With her, it looks like you'd have to get like an A cup to make them look natural on her.
Listen, I don't really like commenting on girls' bodies because like everybody has their own shape, size, and make, and that's fine. But in her case, it's such malnutrition. It's so obvious. She is the one photo that she posted the other day. I think it was last week with her like kissing a kitten in a box. Her arm. Yeah, her arm looked like a roller hot dog from 7-Eleven. And I was like, there's no difference. I was like, holy shit, you could put that fucking arm on a bun and I wouldn't know the goddamn difference. It's so painfully thin.
Yeah, it's excruciating to look at, to be honest with you. And we don't generally, we're not trying to body shame guys. It's just that when someone puts themselves out there as basically their big selling point is their looks, what are you going to talk about? Why wouldn't you discuss, the wonk or the fucking,
well, why are you eating or something? I mean, what are you doing?
Food is verboten.
They're in this room. And then they start to serve the champagne, that the wine guys are in on. The wine experts. So-called wine experts. So,
yeah, I agree, Adam.
I don't know. So I'm standing there drinking, and Beth knew at by 8 o'clock, usually I eat my dinner at 5 o'clock. So I'm waiting for the dinner. And I think Beth went up to Robin, because Robin likes to luxuriate. She's in no rush.
No.
She's going to be eating it. She's going to be eating.
Okay, I'm going to let this one play out, guys.
A carrot for dinner, so she doesn't give a shit. It's hardly a dinner.
The last thing she wants to do is sit dinner.
Right, so we're standing around talking. So Beth went over. I heard about this afterwards. Beth told me, she said to Robin, "Oh, Howard's hungry."
Oh, and then I said, well, let's get started.
Right. Which was
you
good.
seem to be enjoying yourself.
No.
I didn't know what to do.
I was ready to eat. She knew.
Let me tell you something. I hadn't called for a cocktail time. I said start the dinner right away. But you all were just seeming to bond and talk.
It's everybody else's fault. But I like that. Isn't that wig going? Like the baby starts crying, so you got to nurse it now, basically.
I've been to so many and have had so many events in my family where we've had to, plan functions and things have to come out at a certain time or just everything from St. Joseph's table to Christmas parties to whatever, baby showers, wedding showers, everything.
Yeah, sure.
This running on his schedule when it's your party and you're looking at this piece of shit to time a meal when he's used to eating at 5 o'clock, which is insane, by the way. I mean, that's just crazy to me. Okay, you eat dinner at 5. It's a party in New York City, a dinner party, which most people, I'm sorry, I don't eat dinner at 5 o'clock. That's insane.
Well, if you're working, how are you going to get dinner at 5? I mean, if you're normal working stiff.
Nobody, this is lunacy.
Yeah.
And it's her party.
You eat when they say you're going to eat at that party. You can complain and bitch about it later, but you can't, and you're certainly not supposed to on the fly go, can I have my little doggy bag right now? Because can I have a little something to snip, get, there's no hors d'oeuvres coming, something to nibble on because my fucking girlish figure needs nourishment. So it doesn't make sense to me.
But listen to how they're running this. So like, for example, say if somebody in my family was older or something and needed some sort of sustenance.
Yeah.
Okay. We grab them something to hold them over until whatever. Fine. You placate whoever needs to be placated, but you're not going to run the whole event based on one person's.
No, you're not. That person has to make an accommodation for you because it's your nickel.
It's your party.
Yeah. Yep.
This is insane.
Well, he's insane.
Well, we were waiting for you. Who was the last one to show up? You were late. You were late for
picking up my so-called companion.
Well, you should have left him home if he can't come on time.
I said this was very bad.
Right.
So anyway.
Oh, so he was late?
She was late.
That makes it even better.
Do you think I think she probably was deliberately late just to fuck with him.
No, because think about remember when she had all those tapings for this 15 thing for when we were doing it and what was it? Not Benji. Who was the filmer? Ganji.
Ganji,
He said, I showed up at the apartment and she wasn't even there.
She wasn't even there. That was great.
She was working out and she had to shower. And then she said, don't sit on the furniture.
He broke a chair. Oh my God.
Showed up.
And so I said, as soon as I was alerted that, yes, you were ready to start, it started.
We had a great time. We sat around the table. Fred and his wife were sitting next to me, which is perfect. Those two. The conversation is unbelievable. Well, I like Fred's wife very much.
Yes, she's a wonderful
Fred, I'm not choked up with. The wife I
like. Me too.
And of course, the very chatty Gary Delabatey and his wife.
He was on my side, yeah.
Oh God, that must have been a show in itself. Christ.
He's on yours. Well, it was a square table, and my friend Pat and his wife Deb were there, and Sandra and Sarah. That was it. No Ralph.
No Ralph.
No Ralph.
Robin brought her other companion.
You would have been in if Robin didn't have a companion. You would have.
Oh.
Isn't that a little odd that when she needs to go out, she goes out with Ralph? They all know Ralph is a scumbag, and he'll tell Howard everything that he finds out. So why would they trust him? Or is it you think it's sometimes a case of Robin going, maybe I can send a little information and see if it gets to Howard this way by having Ralph over and taking him out for dinner? Or do you think she's just so desperate because she has no friends, so I got to use his stylist as companionship sometimes?
No, I actually think that Robin knows what's going on with Ralph, and Ralph is a cover, and Robin knows that Ralph and Howard are really in a relationship, and Robin is the cover for Ralph and Howard. So Howard is pissed that Robin is not using, she's not using her cover. She is not using Ralph she's bringing somebody else. So he's pissed. That's why he's saying, oh, no Ralph. No Ralph? Because his boyfriend doesn't get to go.
Well, that too, but also because he seems to, I think Benjamin said it in an episode a long time ago, that he gets strength from Ralph being there. Like, it's almost like I got my backup guy. I got my Goomba, and now I'm okay. I can handle the world. Because they almost, like, there was a time there you never see one without the other.
Well, Ralph brings up and makes fun of, he doesn't necessarily, like, Robin will always parrot something Howard says, but not necessarily bring up things. Yeah. Ralph is more of a fighter in the sense of he will go after who people challenge Howard first. Yeah. Yes. So it will give Howard the authority to then pile on. He will be the frontline person. Yeah. Ralph has no problem being the frontline person to go after somebody, and then Howard has to come in because, Ralph said something.
That's right.
Robin won't be that person. Robin will be the parrot. Robin won't be the frontline person. So Howard really likes when Ralph is there because he will be the frontline person to say something to somebody.
He runs the interference and he takes the hit. He takes the initial fucking bullet, and then Howard can be the one to either go, yeah, that's right, or, oh, Ralph, come on now, that's a little extreme, even though that's directly from Howard going to Ralph. Like, so he's saying he's using Howard's words.
Correct. So in these situations, because obviously Ralph knows Howard best, he knows that what makes Howard uncomfortable, what he will not like, what he will like, what he doesn't like, everything. And he will say, he will direct this entire situation without Howard saying a thing. So it will effectively negate Howard any responsibility or it won't make him look like a tyrant. Yeah. Because Ralph will be the one doing it for him. Yeah. And so that helps Howard. Yeah. So it pisses him off when he's not there.
Well, that's quite an observation. Good job.
In replace.
Yeah. Well, anyway.
So what were you going to say about the food or the wine guys?
The wine guys, you didn't seem to mind the wine guys that
I didn't.
night.
They were nice guys. In fact, a lot of people enjoyed it. Like my friend Pat is a real wine guy, and he said, geez, these guys are the real deal, and he was talking wine with them. So they added something to the night, I have to admit.
And Sam?
Pat Menachia, he's always in the picture, too, back in the day.
The good friends.
Yeah, the good employee trainer. Friend.
Pay.
Yeah.
She actually asked for an explanation of what she was drinking at one point because she liked it so much. Yeah.
Right. What's with these guys? What happened to the Dariush guys?
Well, there's more than one kind of wine in California. That's all I was trying to alert Howard to.
Did you fly these?
Go ahead.
Well, no shit. I mean...
Water is wet.
What? That's all you were trying. What year is this?
Man, this is the thing that's funny. They're going out.
I can watch a Lucy episode and get more.
Why? You can become an onophile watching them stomp grapes. God, that's such a great episode. I might have to rewatch that after this is done.
These guys in from California?
They flew themselves in.
Oh, believe me, they were loving sitting there with me. They loved it. They walked in. There was some tension in the room because I had voiced that I wasn't looking for them. I said to Robin, why can't they buy the wine and they go downstairs? I mean, who needs them to sit there with us?
What? He said this in front of them. I doubt it. He doesn't have the balls to say anything in front of anybody. But I do believe that he probably would have whispered to Robin, like, can we ditch these fucking people? I believe that 100%.
I believe he voiced it to Beth. And yes. Was a pussy and sat down, voiced it to no one. He would have voiced it to Ralph. Yes. He would have voiced it to the table, but because he didn't have his frontline soldier, that's why he's mad Ralph wasn't there. See how it works out, everyone?
Amazing little connection.
Delightful day.
It was very nice. It was very nice.
And we had a lot of fun.
Yeah, we had a good time. So it was really nice.
And they added to the dinner.
Yeah, so thank you. As you know, I've called you a million times, thank you, but
No, I enjoyed every moment of it. I'm
Yeah.
glad you enjoyed it too.
had a good time. They served some fancy food.
It sounds like a lovely, beautiful experience.
Oh, my God.
The wines were delectable, George. Some of those wines only come in a 50 case production. It was like amazing.
The passive aggressiveness, like
Yeah.
if you were I guess if you had to like think of this as a military strategy or something, the
Okay.
passive aggressive swipes in this are just incredible.
Yeah,
So,
some would say they're
Howard-
delicious.
I look at this as Howard going out to a social situation, and
Mhm.
he looks at every social situation as a military operation. Okay,
It's war.
I have to know where I'm sitting. I have to know what the room looks like. I have to know
The
who's
escape
gonna
route.
who's going to be there.
Yeah.
So he's got now two possible suicide bombers in the room. He's got those wine. He's got those
Those
wine.
winos.
Those wine experts
Yeah.
with they're going to blow everything up. He's got that, and then
well-
he doesn't have his Navy SEAL Ralph.
He doesn't have his barking Navy SEAL. Here's the thing. You've got
He's got Brendan, who's high.
Okay, well
He's got
here's
the
the thing.
dilettante art grifter.
Yeah, exactly. And Beth, the other side of that grifting coin. Well, look, this is the thing. It has to be kind of we've talked about this many times. It has to be really exhausting to be him, to be fake and be on your guard at all times. But even more so, he must go nuts when he can't control any situation. Like we've talked, okay, he needs to be in control of everything. It's only out of fear. It's not out of, it's not a control thing. It's more out of, I'm scared unless I know everything about whatever. Sorry, let me recut this. Sorry.
No,
Okay.
Don't recut it. I like what you're saying, because devil's advocate, how do you feel when you walk into a situation you don't know necessarily what will happen? Because I feel invigorated. I love that.
Well, you just deal as human beings. And I guess the takeaway I'm trying to
How do you
say.
feel when you walk into a situation that
Right.
you don't know what will happen?
Yes.
Like, for example,
It's not on your terms.
I thrive on that. I love it.
Mm-hmm. So if it's a situation like, okay, we're going to I don't know, an art gallery or whatever the fuck, and you're not interested, you'll just go, like you're going to an art gallery, and you're going to see what it's like. You're not going to go, oh fuck, I don't know where this place is. I don't know who's going to be there. I don't know what they're wearing. What do I look good? You can only take care of so much in advance, and then you have to deal with it. Then you deal with the social situation. So you just deal with it, and if it sucks, well, you don't do it again. It's a one-time thing.
You take what's good about something, you observe what's bad about it, bitch about it later to whoever.
Bingo.
And you observe and you take what's good about things. That's how everything goes. But I love throwing myself into anything that's, I don't know what's going to happen, because I enjoyed that.
But so your point is you don't get any anxiety from these situations.
None whatsoever.
Okay, let me throw a little curveball. What if, for example, you were thrown into a situation where you knew in advance you were going to maybe meet somebody famous there, like a Buffalo Bills player or something like that, and let's say it was there was a level of expectation. Would that invigorate you again, or would you be a little more anxious? Because I think for him the basis is, I've got social anxiety anyway because I'm a fucking uncomfortable shithead, and I put my foot in my mouth and I can't speak and I can't fucking tell a story to save my life, but I'll deal with this. He can't deal, I guess, is the takeaway. He just can't of any social situation. So
I don't ever really have a level of expectation for anybody. I think that's one thing that people do all the time that they shouldn't do. I think it's great to just meet people on the level that they're at, where they are, and then you can observe them as they are when you see them. And that's a great thing to do. But I also think that Howard, this over preparation for just something with people that you know and you're supposed to be your friends. I don't know how much more comfortable you could possibly be.
Well, that's my point. Let's say you have 5 of your friends, but then there are 5 complete strangers. There should be enough. If you know enough people, it shouldn't be a problem. And even if you don't know people, you should be able to, as an adult, socialize with new people for the fuck of it. And maybe it'll be great and maybe it won't be. But think about him. Think about the progression in his life when he was a kid, and we're doing the Colford books, and we're going to be doing that one again, the next episode soon. He had to invite people over to his house. It always had to be on his terms, at my house. When he was on his mad tear days, all the dates, I have audio of him saying every date was at my house. I never left my apartment.
The reason why he's not comfortable with people he doesn't know, and I think this for pretty much anyone, if you're not comfortable with people you don't know, it's because you're worried, and you're worried about yourself. You're not worried about those people. I'm not worried about people I don't know. If I'm sitting at a dinner party with 5 people I know and 5 people I don't know, I'm not worried about how I'm going to be. I know who I am. So why would I be worried about myself? He's worried about how he is being perceived.
Yes.
That's crazy. That means you're a phony. You're a fraud. If you're worried about how you're coming off, that says more about you than it does about them. Period.
I think so too. I think so as well. So the fact that he has to have such control over the environment, I think, is the most telling thing of all. And that he, and as you said, I wanted to say, if you were a voice analyst and you heard him saying thank you to Robin, it really was fuck you. The way he said it.
1,000%.
Yeah. So, I mean, people could say we're full of shit, conspiracy theories, whatever, but you listen to it back yourself. It's the tone. It's not just about the words someone says, it's how they say it, always. And he's never been able to hide that disdain when he does say these.
It's not a conspiracy theory. It's complete, obvious analysis.
I think so. Anyway, I mean, just listen to it for yourself, guys.
Amazing stuff.
Yeah. And the food there.
And then the chef came up and introduced himself. It was a beautiful night.
Fred, you had a good time?
Drink your muscatel. If I'd heard from one of those guys, what kind of shitty accent was that all night long?
Wow.
They didn't appreciate our
It doesn't
banter.
sound French.
Robin, that went so well. I don't know if you'll ever make me another dinner, but if you do, why not even bring the silverware experts?
That is a good joke, but I mean, it's just, I don't know. I think that table would have been so fucking uncomfortable. I would have just paid money to be there, though, to see like Allison, Fred's wife, just kind of silently seething about being around these assholes, to see Mary getting fucked up, on wine and pot. Yeah, go ahead.
Pick out the forks and the knives.
Okay, I'm done talking about the wine. Let's bring out Mr. Waterford Crystal.
Howard, these are the gentlemen from Waterford Crystal.
It's really great when you have yourself a Sauvignon that goes with...
Oh, my Lord. Fred really is doing the shittiest job on accents I've heard so far from all these idiots.
Why are they Scottish?
I have no idea. He's doing like a low-rent Mike Myers doing So I Married an Axe Murderer.
I mean, why? Why the Scottish?
I have no idea.
Great with your Waterford Crystal.
One of the guys was an expert. Then there was some other guy just sitting there with him. Who was it?
He felt like he needed some support, so he brought somebody. That was my other friend, Carrie.
Oh.
That was his companion.
Because he didn't seem to know anything.
Do you think Fred did that accent for Lorne Michaels when he lost the gig for SNL?
Yeah, well, he didn't get a call back.
Carrie's very quiet.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I had a nice time. Really great time. It was fun.
It sounds like a fucking
sounds like
blast.
a great time.
Okay, the next clip, guys, is called Robin announces she's being honored. It's from April 14th. That's 4/14/10, and we'll go straight into that.
Did I end up giving money to Spike Lee in this whole thing? He's not part of this, is he?
I'm sure he's worked with them before.
Oh, okay. I don't care. If you're involved and you want me to give money to this, I gave money. That's it. I figure you checked it out, but I just saw the black people, and I said, I wonder what these black people are up to, and they don't tell you.
What?
That's...
What?
I mean,
who says that? This isn't being woke. This is actually just being a normal person. Like, I wonder what these black people are being up to. Is that your first thought?
You're very funny. But thank you.
Because I gave the card to Beth. I said, Rob is involved with something here. Wants me to give money. She goes, what's it for? I said, I don't know. Take a look at this thing. It's just black people on the cover of the card.
You're ridiculous.
Shouldn't black people have to identify what they're up to? You can't just put black people on it.
Oh, my Lord. I don't remember. This is like, okay, I have full disclosure. This was after Artie, so I didn't hear it in real time. I had to put it together, but I don't remember hearing this the first time.
I do.
Jesus H.
Shouldn't black people first identify what they're up to on a card? Well, that seems...
That'll fly.
Okay.
What's the joke, though? This is the thing.
But shouldn't kittens on a card identify what they're up to, too? I mean, this is all... I mean, charities, yes, should identify what they're doing. I agree.
Yeah, sure.
But the point of Howard just being an out-and-out racist...
Mm-hmm.
I mean... what? I don't know. You can't categorize this any other way.
No.
I dare you to try.
Go ahead, like anybody, be our guest. Yeah, contextualize this, please. We dare you.
That's all you have to do to get money.
Wow.
You just put black people on a card.
I must be one of those bleeding heart liberals because I just gave a whole bunch of money to it.
Oh, I got all of that.
So Beth couldn't figure out what it was for either, and I just said, listen, I have faith that you checked it out.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, those bleeding heart liberals. Bleeding heart liberals don't think about what it's for and then complain about it on the radio and then say, hey, beard, check it out.
Jesus Christ, it's like telepathy. I was thinking, yeah, Beth, can you do the legwork for me, please, or hoof work, as the case may be, and figure out if this thing's a real charity or not?
Hey, Beth J. Edgar Hoover.
Yeah, exactly.
Can you get on this and figure out what this charity is for? Really?
Yeah, hit up Better Business Bureau and let us know if this is legit shit.
That's what
I'm telling you, it's a wonderful organization.
All right, that's good enough for me. And the kids are what? They're going to direct a movie?
They get to direct their own movie, and it's shown on Showtime.
On Showtime. All right. And that helps the black people?
These kids grow. They learn to create something. They get to work with a major director. They involve their entire community in the production because they actually do it themselves.
They do the movie by themselves?
They do it themselves. The major director, they...
Oh, my God. When you talk frivolous charities, this might be at the top of the list. Filmmaking. Okay, fine. Mm-hmm.
Okay, but then where would this go? This is another thing. Okay, so they make a movie. They make a movie.
Right.
For who? For what? For where is
purpose?
this connected to?
Mm-hmm.
It's just such dalliance. Like,
yeah, like what's the end result? You're right. Like this is what's the basic premise of any good charity? Need a bus, get fundraising for a bus, get the bus. The school now has a bus.
or if it was about making a movie, how is this movie? We are creating an entire school. We're getting a school to teach them how to script write. And we are going to get them connected into Hollywood to pitch films.
Mhm.
And we are also getting them connected with special effects
Mhm.
and producers
Yeah,
and
because
directors.
there's
But
shitloads of levels.
we're just making a movie.
Right, like take a Super 8 camera, just fucking film something. It's asinine. It's the premise is retarded. Now here's the thing. She's not saying. Well, it's superfluous. It's actually ineffectual in any way, shape, or form of making any kind of difference. Now, she didn't say these are going to be a movie. The movies are going to be compiled, and you were going to start a crowdfunder thing. Other kids are going to make their movies. It's all going to be a big documentary series. Something, we're going to get charity from other schools and other whatever. Like we're going to get charity for. We're going to make it a statewide thing or a national thing. We're going to float this around. Film festivals are going to get involved.
Right.
Yeah.
There's going to be something after this. There's
synergy.
There's no building blocks to it. It's going to be one random thing that doesn't seem to be connected to anything else, and there's going to be nothing else after this. And it doesn't seem to be connected to anything else within the film industry.
Right. So is Sylvia Center going to provide the vegan food for the crew of the movies? I mean, it's just no thought, no forethought going into anything.
But Howard, his critique on it, okay, you could say, yeah, I don't really understand the message of this, so can you explain it to me? But instead he goes, I just see a bunch of black people on a card.
Yeah.
And I don't trust it.
That's the level?
Thank you. That's what you say? That's what you say?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that makes sense.
Work with is just a consultant. They really have to learn all of the parts, all the craft. They have to write. They have to direct actors who are the members of their own community. So yeah, they really it's a complete community involved project.
And it's exclusively black people who direct, or
no? It's not exclusively black people.
Hispanics too.
But it's surely underprivileged.
Just what?
He's just he's 2 seconds away from saying the N-word.
By the way, socioeconomic people, Howard, who are underprivileged in this country are everyone. By the way, I don't know if you don't know this, but there are a lot of poor people that are a lot of races. A ton.
There's no poor Polish people in Pittsburgh.
People. There's just a lot of poor people here.
Yeah.
We're pretty, and after the pandemic, a lot of poor people. So it's just like, who's ever poor? Oh, Hispanic, black, okay. It's just like, what the fuck?
I really don't. I don't know about anybody else, but I don't think that way. Like, I don't see races. I mean, when you get old to a certain point, you have to really, if you're not looking at people as assholes and not assholes, or, nice people, shitty people, and the first thing you're thinking about is, I know that guy, he's a nice person, or she's really sweet, whatever, all this stuff. If it's on that level, then you're a normal human being. But if the first thing you're saying is, oh, that person's black, I think you got more issues that you're not quite you have not looked into, or you run the risk of being pigeonholed as some kind of fucking bigot. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Bill Maher gave this great rundown of saying in his show last week. He was saying that it's kind of gone inverted, that we're re-segregating society, and why are we doing this? That it's gone the opposite way, like this whole notion of, I don't know, anti-racism or whatever you want to call it. It's just going, you can call it whatever you want, but it's not going the right way. We're actually creating racism.
Division.
Why are we doing this? We should not be doing this. This is not good. And for Howard, by the way, to be saying it like the way he's saying this, like, it's just, he's just,
it tells more about him than anything. It's kind of like if there was a band, Living Colour. I think they reformed, and their big thing was Cult of Personality. That was their huge hit. And I actually liked them. I saw them live in concert. They were great. But when they would be doing press, every single article started out saying, like, they called them the Black Led Zeppelin or the Black something. And I realized at the time, even as a teenager, that the press just, they weren't savvy. They didn't understand that the language matters and that why does black have to go into it? Like, what does it have to do with the music is the whole point. This is a band. What are they about? They make music. Let's stick to that.
Isn't that funny too? Because music is that's the thing we sent to space. Because if we thought aliens were going to understand something about our culture, it would be music, because it's the most unifying
universal
understanding of human beings is music.
Right. I mean, you can understand that there's folk music of different different countries. There's different types, styles of music that originated wherever. That's fine, but how you present something also matters. So yeah, him going on about these cards is just fucking astounding to me that there wasn't some kind of blowback then. I mean, we get accused of being woke or whatever. It's not being woke. It's just being about very cognizant of then and now things that might cause you problems. I mean, there's a reason why people do get upset about this stuff.
People.
All right. Look, I'm behind you. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
You're my girl. I said to Beth, I'm taking a leap of faith here. Robin must have checked this out. And what are they? They're going to give you an honoring?
They're honoring me, yes.
Do you get an honorary doctorate?
No, they don't have a school to give me a doctorate from.
That's what I'm holding out for.
Guys are going to let this play a little more.
Because Robin handed me an envelope the other day. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I took a look, boy. There's some... they got, if you buy a whole table, it's still a certain amount of money. It's a good amount of money.
They're trying to raise a lot of money for this. It's a national contest.
They should be able to make 3D movies with the money they're looking for. These kids. All right. I like it. What's the name of the charity?
Okay, now we're going to go. I want to play this one out a little more, guys, because it's a bit dead airy. So
scenarios. All right. Plural scenarios?
Yes.
All right. Do you feel pressure to raise money for them? In other words, because it's your honoring, that means you have to go and raise money now.
No, I didn't.
You didn't feel that?
A great deal of pressure.
I see.
That's what anybody who is responsible for raising money for a charity says. I don't feel pressure.
If you're honoring somebody, you feel pressure to raise money. They wouldn't be honoring you unless you're raising money. You fucking idiot. No, they're going to honor you for no reason, because you're such a good person, for that Sally Jesse Raphael episode, right, Robin?
Oh my Lord, that one to still go back to. Yeah, and if you guys, this is really especially obviously ties in with episode 6 of 15 Foundation, because at that point we were giving her shit for not knowing details of specific bits of charity she was doing. So when they called her out and they asked her, well, what's this about? And she goes, I think it's about, like, why don't you know these things if you're on top of this, asshole?
So she's getting honored. Mm-hmm. So clearly they want her Rolodex,
yes,
which is nothing, but they don't realize that it's nothing, because she doesn't really have any sort of contacts in the New York elites, but they don't realize this yet.
Right.
They will soon realize, which is why they had nothing to do with her afterward. And the charity subsequently has, faltered and doesn't exist anymore.
It doesn't exist.
No, it doesn't. But what I'm saying is she is sitting here saying, oh, they just decided to honor me. Oh, really, Robin? For what? What did you do for anyone? Especially, did you suddenly, within your radio career, while you were coming up, did you take interns under your wing? Like underprivileged Black people and Hispanic people? And did you decide under your wing to take those people and to decide to have them come in and fund their college careers, high school careers, pay for their college and their high school, private high school. No,
take them under her wing. She rolled over them with her limo.
Oh no, the little sister career you could barely fucking manage in the 90s, and you fucking cut them off. One trip to Disney World, they didn't talk to you. See ya.
Or they told you talk too much. You didn't like it. That was my funniest thing ever. That was my favorite part of the Robin book. Like she told me I talk too much, and then she got pissy with the little sister and said, "How would you like it if I told you that?"
Goodbye.
Fuck you. I'm fleeing, mired in guilt. I fled to a health spa.
I bet you felt real guilty. How'd those ear magic magnets treat you in your guilt? Did they help you? Did they soothe you much,
my Lord.
Robin?
Yeah.
When you rubbed them behind your ears, did you feel the guilt just, waft away?
Exactly.
Just trying to figure out what you're up to. Constantly busy.
I
with all
don't
kinds of
understand
things.
What's so hard to figure out about me?
I couldn't even figure out what all the black people were doing on the charity.
No, but about me, what do you?
Oh, I just never know what you're up to. You're busy. You're taking on the world. I love it.
You know what's hard to figure out? Guatemala, movie making, chopping vegetables, drink making. What is this? Like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Are you making a girls' school? Your discovery thing was like some horns, and you're enjoying your juicy sandals in a lobby. Nothing's happening. I mean, what are you doing?
I don't know, Sam. Wouldn't you? This is my question to you. If you were helping a charity, like most people have a charity that's close to their heart, I believe, and it may have to do with something personal, like they know someone in their family who had such and such, so they they donate to MS research or cancer or whatever. It varies from person to person, obviously, but wouldn't it make more sense to focus on one specific charity and put all your energy into that instead of making this bullshit like honorific, this thing that this whole thing that's meant to assuage your ego to help various charities? I mean, charity work is charity work. If you give 100 million to 100 different, if you give 1 million to 100 charities or 100 million to one charity, you're still giving the same amount of money away. True, but are you really helping? Does it really behoove? Is it better for you to help one charity or a bunch of charities at the same time? A little
personally, these charities that she's going for, I don't even really know what kind of charities these are. These all seem like sketchy charities.
Yeah,
not even the Guatemala charity doesn't even seem like a legitimate charity. They all seem like sketchy fucking charities under the guise. So they're all sketchy charities under the umbrella of the 15 Foundation, which is a sketchy charity. Yeah. So that's even worse.
Mm-hmm. So do you think that these like Sylvia Center, we've done it in the first episode, we went through the Charity Navigator and they said Sylvia Center was decent in terms of the reviews it got. So some of these were legitimately okay, but the size and scale, was it some kind of thing like, do you think it was something like, I'm going to get these little places and I'm going to turn them into UNICEF. I'm going to get these little charities and boom, make them into these massive conglomerate fucking charities and whatever. Or was it people recognizing that she's a fucking soft touch idiot and we can get money out of her, and they just happen to be, friends charities? Well, it seemed a little indiscriminate.
I think Robin innately is disorganized, lazy, and stupid. So I think she hired the wrong people to take charge of whatever this is. So whatever assistant she had at the time to deal with this, she didn't have that under her. And then I think whatever she had going along with this, which was Brendan, was a grifter, which sent off all the wrong vibes, which was the initial connection to all of this. So that initially So that just sent off the wrong vibes for anything else that was a connection to anything else she got from this.
Right. And so the message was, first of all, bungled up with this grifter. And you're right, he may be the source of all these fucking shady looking charities because he had a connection, or because he just wanted to sell his Soulfire bullshit, or because for whatever reason. It was self-promotion, obviously.
But then you have to have somebody that runs these charities. So you have to have somebody that's like a CFO, or somebody who runs these nonprofits or runs these organizations, or has a connection with these organizations that also is in connection with you, that runs these sort of, I don't know, whatever things that you do and promotions.
Yeah. Right.
And she didn't have the right point person to connect her with that and do the right advertising and do the right events. So she was literally, just running her mouth on the radio and doing these, comedy events or doing these art events or whatever. None of it made a splash because it was all just, it was all subpar crap. None of it connected. Nobody knew what it was. Everything was under researched. It seems to me, at least that's how it's coming off. But it also had all the forethought of a kid opening up a fucking lemonade stand and saying, "I'm going to donate this." But that's at least more direct, and that's more honest and more, it doesn't seem like there's any kind of. Like a kid opening a lemonade stand and giving that money to UNICEF or whatever the fuck, or Doctors Without Borders, whatever bullshit. That's a little more honest than what she's doing, a lot more honest. And ultimately, you're right. That's the take. Most people, they're not seeing 15 Foundation. They're seeing Grifter and Robin, and they're also. Right. She's making herself such a fucking diva. She's putting herself front and center in all this. If she was more behind the scenes, if she had someone like, here's my assistant Carrie who's coming in and she's going to talk a little bit about that is a little more contextually valid, I would say. Like, people would be taking it more seriously if she didn't put herself in the forefront. Not even talking about it. Well, yes, talking about it, but also connecting all these charities together. Absolutely. And having the connections with these nonprofits. Right. And with the city. Yeah. See, all these things have a thread together. Mm-hmm. All these nonprofits have a thread together. That's why they make so much money. The ones that do, is because they all have, for better or for worse, they have people in power. So Robin just didn't tap into that, unfortunately.
No, not at all. I see you branching out. You're on Fox and Friends. You're on Charity. You're being honored. You're in Guatemala helping.
She was on Fox?
Yep.
With the UN.
There's a lot of things going on in the world. I got to figure out what's up.
Right. And then you got your own foundation, 15 Foundation.
That's right. Working on our next event.
Well, whatever it is, you better get a card with some black people on it.
Fuck's sake. That comes back. It seems we can't get off that. Let's keep going.
You know what's good for you. Because black people on cards work. I ponied up. By the way, I don't know if you know this, but our good friend David Brenner is going to be at Uncle Vinny's Comedy Club at the Lane Theater in Staten Island on May 7th.
I didn't know that.
I told David I'd give him a plug. Go to davidbrennersite.com for more info, site.com.
Rest in peace, David. Loved him.
Brenner, great comedian. Still has it. You know what I mean?
A good man.
Good man. Really good man. Love that guy. So anyway, I just thought I'd give him a plug. What the hell? What else?
But Bob Levy, fuck you. Fuck your plugs. Oh, man. The guy worked for me for free. Fuck him. But this guy who does nothing for the show anymore and hasn't for about, 15 years, let's give him a plug. Who's an established comedy legend. He needs your plug. It just occurred to me. Shit.
It's all right. Let me get to some news. What about this Steve Langford? I hope he gave 2 scenarios.
Oh, he does nothing.
Just nothing for him.
Oh.
Steve, Are you covering Robin's honoring?
We are covering Robin all the time, and Robin Quivers is dreaming big. Her 15 Foundation planning a major fundraiser in Napa Valley this summer.
More
Quivers
fundraising.
declaring she hopes...
We have video of this, I'm certain of it.
Scenarios.
Yeah.
The Bronx, New York City.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
It just reminds me of it just is such an elite shill pieces of shit. Like, you know, just the absolute bullshit. It's just the absolute narcissism of these people who think that they're helping people, but it's just hobnobbing, cock-slobbing over each other over wine and fucking I'm helping over each other.
Yeah, it's the kind of charity.
In Napa Valley, and I feel good about myself, and here's some money.
Honestly.
Just fuck you. It's so gross.
Well, we know from the financial overheads, the Mildred Stern blog was great for exposing that. But I mean, it's like the charity that spends $90,000 of $100,000 on fucking lobster and lobster bisques and, you know, fucking champagne cocktails, and then 10%, like 5% to actual charity, and the rest to administrative costs, you know, little fucking wine soirees and shit. And who relates to that? What person at any one of your charities, including Scenarios, is going to be like, what the beneficiary of this, you know, largesse? Which one of them is going to be at this fucking Napa thing? None of them. Zero.
Nobody knows. Are you inviting anyone of the cast?
No,
at this
of course
movie?
not. Of course
not. Of course not.
Oh
Are you
my
inviting
God.
anyone? No.
What a transparent piece of shit.
to raise a record amount of money at what could become one of the top annual A-list fundraisers. Quivers also planning...
So you got to, you know.
What?
I heard some people grumbling around here. Not me. No, I'm serious. Not me.
Who are the grumblers?
They were saying, Jesus, Robin, if you're her friend, you got to have a lot of money. You got to donate to a lot of things. Right, Johnny? Have you heard any grumblings?
Anything.
I'm not mentioning names.
I don't want to say who.
I'm not saying who
Oh,
either.
you heard it too?
We know who they are. That's all of them. Anybody in the back room that's having problems getting their mortgage paid is having a problem with this. That means everybody. And you know Howard has a fucking major problem with it. So, but they're all taking the blame.
I've heard grumblings, yes.
Yeah.
There's nothing to grumble about. You do what you want.
No, there's a lot of talk behind your back.
No. I'm telling people that don't do anything you feel you're being forced to do. There's no.
I feel forced. I'm not going to stiff you. You know what it is? It's like a neighbor with Girl Scout cookies, but like constantly. All kinds of.
I know. I have a lot of different kinds.
You got to stop already. People are going to start avoiding you.
Wow. And now it starts to come out. And this is the good part, guys. I'm sorry it took you 6-7 episodes to get to it, but all the best details start with a long intro. But
Here we go.
We're getting into it.
Well, I'm sorry. I can't stop. I'm on fire.
Did you get an invite to this thing?
I did not.
Oh,
I'll bring you one.
I got it. I got one. I know some other people got them. I heard some grumbling. You heard grumblings, right?
I heard grumblings.
Yeah. I hear talk behind your back, you know.
Well, all I've got to say to those people is don't do anything if you don't feel like doing anything.
I told them that.
She's saying that, but let's be honest. Like, you cannot say anything to Robin where negative, where she's not going to react negatively back to you.
Let's be honest means let's not be honest.
Yeah. Just be there. Don't fuck about. Be there. You know what? Here's the options. Yes and yes. You're either there at this fucking charity. Fuck you. All right.
I'm not not going to go back and look to see if you did anything. I'm not going to do anything.
Oh, you're not? Then, oh, good. Now I'm not giving anything. I knew you didn't find out. Do you find out how much, like, I give to it?
I'm sure I will.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Then I'll do it. If you don't.
That's funny. Go ahead, please.
This absolute asshole is looking back at everything. Not even Howard. She's looking back at everyone on the show. So the people she mistreats, like just serfs on the show, she's looking back at even them. People like Steve Langford or anybody. She is that much of an out of touch cunt that she is just, who is giving to this amazing monstrosity of a non-charity going to God knows what. But okay.
Ironically enough, I think it's Steve Langford's got the best position to be in because he can do the press thing for, which is really just for the Howard 100. It's like having an agent in there, and then he doesn't actually have to donate money because he's donating time. Like he's doing coverage, so he doesn't have to go out of pocket for her bullshit.
I would literally have you amputate my left arm right now to be Steve Langford and cover this because it would be everything. I would love to have covered this fucking grift. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Holy shit. I would have loved to cover this grift. My God.
Well, if we ever get to interview Langford, we're gonna grill him about the 15 Foundation like night and day because I know he has it in for Robin. He was the one that actually went in on the air at some point and said something like, Howard, there's only one news person in this room.
Yeah.
Robin was there and he fucking hated her. He just fucking hated her, and I don't blame him.
Well, then I'm not doing it. I'll just tell you I did it.
I'm just saying I will appreciate it, but I will not have no appreciation. There will be no repercussions for not responding.
All right. Some people are feeling a lot of pressure. I'd love to tell you who.
I know who I gave the invitation to.
Who did you give it to?
I only gave it to 3 people.
Who'd you give them to?
Gary and Fred.
No, you didn't. More than that.
Must be more.
Yep.
Oh, well, they were a mailing, yeah, but I personally
mailing.
gave it to
No, I'm talking about the mailing.
I know exactly
Oh, man. Let's keep going. Hold on.
who it was.
Did you give Gary?
No, but I'm about to already discuss what we're going to do, but and I'll probably even be attending. But Fred and I haven't said a word.
I haven't grumbled either.
I know exactly who it is.
Should I be grumbling?
No.
Well, we are supposed to attend?
You should.
You can if you want.
What?
I'm being honored.
Somebody bought a table.
I'm being honored.
Me, I've been honored for doing nothing but giving up my name for being a complete Uncle Tom.
Oh, yeah, Mel bought a table.
And so it's going to be filled with serious people. Like Tim is going to go.
Boy, Mel shelled out really big bucks.
But I will donate on top of the table that I didn't pay for.
Right.
Don't you know what I've done for race relations?
It's a cross between Robin and Princess Anne.
I have done a lot.
I think Robin should have bought the table, and then none of us should donate.
I'm probably buying a table.
Oh, are you really?
She's done that in the past. She bought a table or something and invited her.
I just telling Robin I heard grumblings.
I've bought plenty of tables and invited you to some of those events.
I'm not going.
Okay.
For the record.
I'm sure the organizers will love to hear that. Someone they're counting on to be a big fucking, like, oh, he's, because I mean, some of these things do require star power in order to get more, the Rolodex gets the Rolodex gets the Rolodex. It's all like one hand scratches the other.
Thing was based on this. Do you know that? Like, of course it was.
Yeah. But I mean, like, Stern at this point still quite a much bigger name in 2010 than he would have been in 2021. But man, like this is how those things work. You want more money, you go for the money. You get the richest guy, get him to get in touch with the richest fucking guy that he knows, and etc. It's a chain. But when he just said flat out, I'm not going.
This literally was like a football going right into the pole of the fucking field goal and going wide right. Nope.
No, it wasn't Fred. Who?
I know who it is.
Who?
Ross Zapin.
No.
That's your buddy. He got your ear and he started grumbling. I know.
If you're right, I'm not telling you.
I know, because I said to him the other day,
Yeah.
"Oh, Ross, I'm being honored." He went, "Oh."
That's
I hate Ross Zapin, but good on him. They all know. Fucking Christ. You don't need subtitles for this one.
grunt around here.
I said, "Excuse
Not
me?"
again.
I could. He goes, the grunt around here. I could just. I just
What?
picture everybody going.
You know what it is to me? Is it TGI Fridays where they do the birthday singing, like they get all the workers together and okay, that's the feeling I get. I get douche chills when I hear it being done for somebody else. Now, if it's being done for me, I want to climb under the fucking table and just hide because I just I'm not afraid to get on mic, do stand up, but that kind of stuff fucking just it destroys my sense of like embarrassment. I go, can I be anywhere else? I want to blend into the background. So this is what I imagine everybody else is feeling when the charity shit starts coming into their lap, whether they want it or not. It's those fucking birthday singers from TGI Fridays. Donate to 15 Foundation. Donate to 15 Foundation. And there's like a little, and they just put an acoustic. I'm being honored.
It's a day honoring Robin. It's so great today. Guatemala, and we are black kids, so never yours.
And they've got flair. They've got
We
all
are
these.
cutting juices and cucumbers, cutting up, yay!
Oh my Lord, we made our own 15 Foundation jingle on the spot.
The call later, he says, "I didn't mean to take anything away from that."
Oh, really? No, first of all, if you go to the honor, minimum donation, $500 a head. So you're talking about a guy like Ross got to pony up $1,000. I mean, I'm not saying it was Ross who complained.
Oh, you guys are funny.
She fucking hates them all.
Give me $1,000.
Listen, as long as these kids get to direct a film, I'm happy. Because I want to go to the moon. I'm waiting for my charity to come in. Listen, if it all leads to a lot of young directing going on, then I'm for
If it all leads to better citizens, people who can participate in the American system and aren't disgruntled and lighting themselves on fire or blowing themselves up, wouldn't that be a great thing?
What underprivileged kids are blowing themselves up in the United States outside of, I don't know, terrorists?
First of all, has anybody seen New York City? Wait. It's not exactly. So how did that work out for you, Robin? Did you succeed in your charity and making New York City look like a better place?
By giving kids more video cameras?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, we covered some of this, like the frivolity of, the idea of her charities being really about really much less important shit than an average charity would be about, which is what? Clothing people, getting them educated, getting them fed, getting them off drugs, the basics, right? What should a charity be about?
But this is a straw man argument that doesn't exist. So what is it? You're going to blow yourself up and light yourself on fire or make movies? I mean, there's no middle ground here.
I've seen some protesting, Mehmet. This is taking the cake.
What kind of fucking argument is this?
Exactly.
All right.
I like it. Hey, don't yell at me. I didn't grumble. I was happy once I figured out what was going on. So what are you going to get up and make a speech? Peoples of scenarios and the world. It is a wonderful thing to see the face of a child who is helped. To see young people directing a movie means hope for our society.
I generally don't like Howard when he starts mocking certain things, but this one I give him full fucking carte blanche to. All I'm waiting for is the Gilbert laugh to come out, or Gilbert to, do that when when Gilbert was in and Artie, and then they were doing that take on Inside the Actor's Studio, and Gilbert was doing that solemn voice. What's your favorite word? The sound of a baby being called the N-word. like taking the complete piss out of something that's supposed to be so serious. Now, this is the thing that really kind of irks me. I don't know how you feel about it, but if it's a serious thing, the way she treated Simona Dinnerstein's Mockery is serious, like more recently, it's charity. Why is she continually fucking laughing about it, even though we know that's what she does normally? Wouldn't you be really offended if you cared, if it meant so much to you?
It's the same way she laughs about abuse and sexual abuse. It's the same. You have to pick a lane and stay with it. If you really consider this a serious issue and you want it to be taken seriously, you shouldn't be laughing at it so much so and constantly mocking it. I mean, if you had to take a poll of the times that Robin mocks her abuse versus takes it seriously, we would be looking at a graph, and it would be one bar graph, and it would be a huge spike of laughter and maybe just a little boop on the serious side.
Well, let's say we know what she's doing. She's trying to use the airwaves to get more fucking publicity for these stupid charities. But in actual fact, by laughing at it, you're showing your coworkers you don't really give a fuck about it either. So the mockery is welcomed. And then you're you're essentially saying to people who are listening, oh, I don't need to donate to this piece of shit because she doesn't care about it enough to defend it.
Oh, of course. I wouldn't care if somebody else doesn't care.
What is it? What do they call it? The optics? The optics look bad.
What if a Girl Scout came to the door and was like, hey, you're going to buy some... Listen, I don't really give a shit about these fucking cookies. Smoking a cigarette, smoking a joint, and had some fucking half-eaten wrappers and candy bars. It was just like, can you buy some fucking cookies or what? I don't care.
The box was run over by a truck, whatever.
Some of them, they molest some of my other scouts. Do you want some or not?
Fuck. Where do I sign up? That's awful. Tea and the world.
I think I'll just read a bunch of Yoko Ono tweets.
Yeah, right.
I love Yoko Ono's tweets.
Are you following her?
I do.
What does she say?
Peace and love.
Send out some love today.
Genius.
To see young children, no matter what race or creed, directing alongside directors who have done this for so many years makes me so happy.
You need to get an accent like Madonna.
I have to become Trudy Styler?
Yes.
Who's happier? My husband? My mother?
Okay, so now we're going sideways into a little bit of mockery, because when Madonna was married to Guy Ritchie, I'm sure they're divorced by now, but she lived in England, of course, if you guys will recall, and she had this affectation, which was extremely douche chilly, for sure.
It actually started before. She started hanging out in London a lot, and then she married Guy Ritchie, but she kept that even after the divorce for like about 3 years, and it was appalling. It was worst.
It made
Ilaria?
Dick Van Dyke and Mary Poppins sound like Michael Caine.
Oh my God. It was and she would change it on a dime. So she would be in an interview and one sentence would be, Detroit Madonna, and next it would be, Lady Madonna.
Well, isn't she from New York?
She's originally from I thought she was originally from Detroit and then from New York. Or maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know. I'm not up on my. Let me consult my.
I'm not on my badge.
Exactly. Let me consult my Madonna box set liner notes for this shit. And it's kind of funny because I spoke to Sarah Washington, and she sounds exactly like you'd expect her to sound. And we're going to do an interview with her for a Patreon, guys, and we're also going to we're tapping her to do some other things to get the UK perspective. And I'd actually like to reach out to all of our UK fans because I'd like to do a UK special from. We're going to work out the details, but coming down the pipe, we'd like to see that.
What did you think of Madonna's bullshit accent for the last 15 years? I remember her walking down the street with Kurt Loder and just being like, "What the fuck are you doing, lady?"
Yeah, honestly, like you could change your attire that no one gives a shit about that, but the minute you start sounding like, royalty, then maybe, step back a little. So anyway, I'd like to see that happen just because there's no excuse for any Brit to be a fan of Howard Stern. He never made it big over there. So I'm fascinated as to how these people got into Howard and his world, before file sharing, before, Napster and LimeWire and Kazaa and all that shit. So
same.
Yeah, so it'd be. Anyway, I think I'm curious. I think a lot of people will be too. But anyway, let's continue with the honoring.
For my sister. This is certainly a very distinguished award, and I am very privileged to accept it. I once heard a great being say, "You don't get anywhere in this world without people's grace." And so I'd like to thank you, the people.
That's Trudy Styler, isn't it?
I think it's Sting's wife, yeah.
Yeah. And she actually, it's funny because most Brits are really good at affecting a Western, a North American accent, but it's not as easy for a lot of North Americans to affect, the British accent. And
right, just ask Madonna.
Exactly.
For your grace.
Robin's, there's smoke coming out of her ear. She's writing this down.
I am. I'm going to use it.
I would like to thank the people's grace. Or something along those lines.
A great being once said.
A great being. Who was it, Bill Cosby?
Oh, my.
Yeah, are you working on your speech?
No, I've not worked on it yet.
Are you going to drone on, or are you going to do it short and sweet?
Yes, I think I will talk a long time.
Nice, long, boring speech.
In the world, yeah.
There are many problems.
It'll be like the State of the Union.
On my recent trip to Guatemala.
This does not age well. Also, Robin giving the State of the Union. Holy fuck. The lady who barely leaves her apartment. Holy fuck. And can't get anywhere on time and needs 7 assistants fired yearly.
Yeah.
God. Imagine those pamphlets that didn't make any sense, that no one knew what to make of it. Did they have people lit on fire bombing themselves? Hey, you can make movies and save yourself from this.
Hey, put down the lighter fluid and pick up a Super 8. We're gonna change the world here. So
are your children blowing yourself up? Join Scenarios.
Oh, yeah, or Sylvia's Kitchen, whatever the fuck. Scenarios was the one. Okay, what was the one we covered? The music one, the jazz hands guy?
Mima.
What was that one called? Mima, that was it. Christ. It's like she literally had, in old movies, where they had what is it called? The water, the water stick, you point it in a direction, it'll find water. It's like she had a shitty charity stick and she literally went to the streets of New York and go, what's the most frivolous piece of shit charity I can choose? Give me all of them. I can't decide.
I mean, the name of the charity alone sounds like a bad preschool sing-along group. Let's join. What play group are you in? I'm in Mima with Miss Singy hand song hands. I mean, it was just terrible.
Yeah, Dane Cook Jr. is running it with his fucking jazz hands. So, we'll keep going. But
Mima.
This is quite a long clip, but you're right. That's the other thing. Part of the part of any good charity is not just transparency, but does it have? There's a bit of marketing involved in charity as well. Even though you're not selling product, you're actually selling, good deeds. You're selling help, essentially.
Yeah,
and
if it sounds like Elmo invented it, don't join.
Okay.
I stood with the peoples. I ate the people's food. I experienced their vegetables.
I ate a squash that tasted like a potato.
Even though it looked like a duty.
I did not eat their meat.
Recently, on a fact-finding mission in Guatemala, I spoke with the childrens of this great country.
I think you got to report to you. I think, sorry, you got to refer to episode 5 or 6. I can't remember which one. I think it was the one before last. We covered the Guatemala trip, or maybe it was the last one. I can't remember now.
They're all getting lost on me. They're all so valuable. They're all so valuable. This is exactly what happened. What else would she have to tell us? So they're mocking this, but there was no other lessons learned on the Guatemala trip. She showed up late. She lost her group. She didn't get them. She didn't get the memo about where they were staying. I stayed in my lobby, and as my sandals.
I swear to God, I had to re-listen. I had to re-listen to the one episode we did. They may have been the last one where she's talking into the video camera, and the Guatemalan music, like funeral music, starts playing to cut her off. It was a gift from God. Anyway, I talked to Deborah about it. She loves the original din 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 din, din the original. Not sorry, that was the Samsung alarm. The original music.
The Robin original.
The Robin music. Yeah. I think that one's better because it makes her sound like legit, and then you hear the stupidity coming out of her mouth. But the Guatemalan music's good too. It's just a different kind of mockery.
It actually is more ironic and funnier for us.
Oh yeah, big time.
I taught the children the hokey pokey.
Left foot in, left foot out, right foot in, turn it all about. I said to this young Guatemalan boy. And that artist next to me is not my boyfriend. I have spoken.
There's going to be a gong. I have a gong.
Could have this music behind me.
I'm not going to survive this. Because that's all there was to the trip.
Yeah, pretty much.
Donate.
Oh, what's that?
Donate.
Oh, God. Can you guys pull up for... Guys, could you pony up for Brendan's coach ticket? Fuck. I'm in first class, but he's just flying in the, economy.
By one of his brilliant paintings.
Oh, God. And I think it was if you want to look at examples of the paintings, guys, you got to go back to, I think, episode 1. If you guys are tuning into this episode, like this series for the first time, but just Google Brendan Murphy painting, and then especially Soulfire, and you'll get more than your fair share of shit.
You'll be like, wait a minute, did I take a mushroom, a bad one?
Yeah, very
terrible.
From Sylvia's Kitchen.
Peoples rejoice in young black youth creating film and celluloid. Alongside great directors, I anticipate greatness. Thank you, peoples of Earth.
I'm sending you to give the speech and accept the award.
I'm going to get up there. I'm going to get in a dress with big titties and make.
No, of course you are. Of course you are.
Yeah, that's par for the course.
Now he'll donate more. Can I get in a dress and wear basketball titties and talk about black people?
Yeah. Lord have mercy.
The speech. Ay. I can't believe you're doing it. They wanted to honor me somewhere once. It was a shitty kind of award. I didn't know what the fuck the thing was for.
What are you talking
And I said, I ain't getting to make no speech.
Meanwhile, he'll do one for North Shore Animal League. Was that the last one we saw him at, where he stood up there in that suit? You know, one of those little, one of those little Lord Fauntleroy suits, and he was on the podium doing a speech for. It must have been North Shore.
Yeah, and Beth surprised, or he awarded Beth, or Beth awarded him, or something. Yeah, and he wore, he looked like a ornament on a Christmas tree, like a nutcracker.
Yeah, Jack Frost or some shit.
Terrible. And by the North Shore Animal League. Thank you for wearing non-fur on your head all these years.
Well, at the end of the day,
thank you for wearing animal non-cruelty on your head all these years.
It was actually kind of interesting because he looked like, it sounded almost put together, which is unlike him. When he does these off the cuff things, they do sound usually so stupid because he's just, he can't improvise for shit. If something's written out, okay, it saves him a lot of work. But that one time, it actually didn't sound too bad. It sounded like he was pretty comfortable because he's usually so uncomfortable getting up and talking in front of people.
Yeah, like the Bon Jovi Rock and Roll Hall of Fame speech was awful.
Brutality.
I was going to say that the weird thing is he can't even let Robin be honored without saying, hey, I was going to be honored once, but I can't even remember.
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay, sure. Okay.
Yeah, I don't remember. Wouldn't you remember?
Nudge.
Wouldn't you? Okay, you're not going to give them publicity, fine, or just lie about it. Basically, you weren't getting fucking honored, but you can't let Robin get away with being honored with anything.
I was getting all these offers.
Yeah, film roles.
Shove it up your ass along with Ralph's cock, you piece of shit.
I know you've sent Elephant Boy to pick up awards.
I treated it as a joke. So, you think any of those black kids from the card are going to be there?
I'm sure.
Just hired actors.
What kind of question is that?
What was I? Oh God, I think
near me.
Do you know? I found. Yeah, exactly. Leave the hubcaps alone, guys. I think it was 95 or something, and Stuttering John was doing the Essence Awards. You remember the Essence Award? They're like the Source Awards. Before.
Yeah. They
all
used
hip
to have
hop
a
and stuff.
ton of award shows back then.
So his way of introing the clip, because it's obviously pre-recorded, he goes, you know the Black Essence Awards? The Black Essence. He has to insert that anytime. Why? Clearly it's because he's, uncomfortable and essentially fucking... Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's no other reason to say it.
Well, he's one of those type of limousine liberals that are obsessed with race and use it to just cheerlead whatever point they want to make when it's for their promotion, for what they want to say. But they don't care. They don't care. They don't care about anything but themselves.
Right. I mean, Christ
Howard
almighty,
especially.
I want to meet some of them. I don't know if I'm going to be there, but I'm going to give a donation.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, I mean that. Thank you. Thank you for getting involved in this, because I never would have known about this organization.
And that's the whole purpose of it, to increase awareness.
Right. Who are some of the directors the kids will be working with?
In the past,
Coppola?
No, Tom Fontana.
Tom Fontana's a good...
John Ford. Fucking John Huston. What directors have you worked with? Let's see. Ganji, JD. Anybody from the back office that's afraid of my fucking Godzilla steps down the hallway? Yeah, Shuli. Shuli recently did Kumia, and did you see the clip?
I didn't.
He was telling a story about opening for Dice, which was maybe 13, 14 years old in Canada. And it's like Kumia doesn't need anybody to do his show. I think the guy's a bit of a shithead, but he is talented enough to do whatever the fuck he wants to do on his show. And when you have Shuli on there, it's almost like you're subtracting from your show. Like your show is now shittier because you have Shuli on.
Yeah, I agree. And Kumia is Kumi is going to be Kumi no matter what. And he has erected a sort of following and is talented enough where if he doesn't cater to anybody. He caters and does whatever he wants. So I don't know why he's having Shuli on. You don't need to placate to... You don't need to do this. Like, you don't need to have him on. So I don't know why he... Like, you should just do what you want to do.
I don't know, but he did one of the early Shuli shows, and it got a lot of hits, but that's because Kumi is still relevant, I guess. Like, he's still got a fan base. And Shuli,
totally he does. He does the whole right-wing
compound
circuit.
Media.
He does the whole, like...
Well, I don't know how political his show gets, because usually the clips I see are all about comics going in and, just busting balls, or guests, coming in and just shooting the shit about pop culture. But again, those are just clips. I don't know what a full show of his would be like.
Yeah, I like that Anthony can just say fuck you and do whatever he wants, though. I mean, good for him.
But either
I
way,
think he's a moral human being? Probably not.
Probably not. Yeah.
Director. He did Oz. He's a top guy.
Yeah.
Fontana's a top guy.
Yes, he is.
Yeah. What about Brandano? Did they work with him?
Brandano, I don't remember being in the list.
Oh. I'll direct.
This is JD. We just mentioned him.
It's so weird. Howard used to be so much better at doing JD, and it's like he can't do it anymore. Now it's like lazy impression.
It's mega lazy. And the other thing, I don't even know that he does it anymore. I mean, when JD comes on the show, do they mock him still?
They do, but it's not very good.
Yeah, it's half-assed. What else is new? And JD now making sort of the rounds on the latest shows, being a complete fuck up, which is what he always was. But when they get to JD, that's when you know you've scraped through the barrel, and you're now hitting pavement.
Ugh. So how much of my 10 grand or 20 grand or 30 grand?
Whatever you gave.
Right.
That's a big discrepancy, by the way.
How much
10
or 20.
20 or 30. I'm sorry. I would know if it was 10 between 20 or 30.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Well, is it a situation you think where there are tiers, or there's a minimum whatever, and he doesn't know what it is because he's just a 79, or he hasn't decided what kind of tax write-off he needs?
I'm not sure how that works for him.
Yeah. Because if you're selling those fucking paintings and they're going, it's going to charity, whatever. In the end, I think through the help of Moldred, we figured out that she was the biggest donor to any one of her charities.
I think he's also having to factor in how much has she contributed to North Shore.
I think so. Yeah. So that's maybe him consulting with Beth. What did Robin give? Oh, she gave him
because
$20,000.
He's got a book like a fucking
abacus.
Who's giving me what? Oh,
yes. Well, he did. He talked about it. When I get a gift, I put it in my Franklin Covey planner. And Howard's going, so Artie went, you don't even fucking touch a gift. I love that one. I have to play that clip again.
It's 25 grand. Like, does a kid, what's the budget on each kid's movie?
It's a national contest, so it goes from the local, from the local schools to the state level to the national level. So it takes a lot of money to run a contest like that, and then to shoot a movie.
Right. So our money goes to the actual production of the movie.
It goes to everything that the contest entails.
These fucking kids better come up with a good script. Did you tell them scripts everything?
That's what they know.
This sounds shady.
Just a bit. Where's the money going? It goes to everything.
It goes to everything.
Right. Oh, okay. Jesus. Glad you broke it down for me.
Wouldn't you feel so shady too if you were donating to that, like, Bianca's Furry Friends for like almost a decade, and that stupid fucking animal house of, cats wandering around everywhere didn't get built, and then when it finally did get built, it was like cats were still in cages?
Well, I wanted to ask you on that note, how excellent was that fucking Instagram thing you put on Facebook? That video of her with the cat on her belly.
Oh my God, that was so insane. So, guys, I was on Beth's Instagram, but I'm personally not allowed to be on her Instagram because I was, blocked long ago. So I go on my boyfriend's to look at hers. And she's lying on her belly with blind Bella, and she looks like a tween. She's dressed like a tween. A 55-year-old tween. She's wearing a pink off-the-shoulder shirt and a jean skirt with ruffles on the bottom and a bathing suit underneath. And the cat is on her chest, and she's got her eyes closed, and Howard's videoing her.
Yeah,
and
he's filming her.
And she's saying, "Get away from me. Stop filming me." And he won't leave her alone. And she's like, "Stop filming me." And she goes, "Stop." And he's like, "No." And then what did she say?
Something like, "I'm not even talking to you now." Something like that.
Yeah, it was very
It was passive aggressive. And I pointed out that she was also smiling. So on some level, she loves the fucking attention, even if it is from a fucking hunchback goblin, with his pink iPhone.
But it was just a very odd way to find somebody in the middle of the day, like just lying on the floor.
Well, from what we think, it's pretty normal. For her.
Yeah, and her eyes were very closed, and she looked very out of it. The outfit, the conversation, and she looked annoyed.
Well, she did. She sounded annoyed for certain. But we've theorized that she must be on she must be on fucking prescription meds, basically Adderall or whatever the fuck. I don't even know. But some whatever cocktail keeps her fucking sedate in Stalag pussy. Who couldn't be dealing with this life? But hold on, it went on. It was her Instagram though, right? Not his, or vice versa.
It was hers.
Okay, so it was her phone most likely that he was using. Okay, so she wanted it, whatever it was. I don't know, but the why the passive aggressive, I don't understand. Why? I mean, I do understand he's a fucking cocksucker, but
and the other thing she just kept saying was stop. She just kept going stop.
Right. It was carefully presented, and the cat looks like a good sized watermelon, whatever they're feeding it. God,
it looked like a baby calf on her chest.
Have to work on it and work on it and work on it.
Some of these kids, they got a fucking script. I mean, it's not set for shooting. I mean, principal photography should not begin until that script is locked down.
They will not win.
I have to mentor some of these kids. I might have to show up.
Let me show them all the work I did on the Porky's remake.
Yeah, and all the mentoring I did for my kids. Who?
They would love that.
I want to meet the kids in the card. They should do like a black avatar. That's what I would tell the kids. 3D. Take my money, make 3D. Go out there. Be fantastic.
What? The fucking Dead Air Olympics. Add with a little bit of fucking subtle racism in there.
We're the human race. I think we moved past this. Like, okay.
Look at this yellow Chinese guy. What?
I know. Look at this red Native American.
Wow. All right, listen, I look forward to your speech. Even if I'm not there, I'm going to have it recorded.
I'm sure.
Can't wait to see what movie.
And tell Ross it's okay.
Nah, he's pony enough. It's a lot of money for him, though. I mean, you're talking
Yeah, Ross, I'm sure you got to save some money. Don't buy any 8 balls and whiskey sours this weekend, you piece of shit.
I was thinking the same thing. How are you, black kids? Give me 1 sec.
At least 500 minimum. What will the speech be, I wonder? Are you going to talk about your many accomplishments? Because you really do have a resume, starting back from Big Brothers, Big Sisters.
Oh, yeah.
We know all about that.
Yeah, let's talk about that resume. Bring
so
up
he
that
loves
Big Brothers, Big Sisters.
One thing I noticed, obviously, he loves gassing her up because he knows the way to get her to go along with the mockery is to talk her up every so often and make her seem like a big shit.
It's a form of abuse, though. It's like he has to bring her up to take her down. It's an ebb and flow that he's very gifted at doing. And this is why the mockery of Robin is so skilled, and why I actually find it so funny, because we have said throughout this, Howard is actually so good at mocking Robin, and Robin is so good at mocking Howard, is because they are very similar.
They are, and it depends on the situation. I mean, the last time we heard her really kind of go in on him was, it would take a while. She gets in little jabs these days, if anything, if she's actually on the air, but nothing like it used to be. And I mean, the weatherman was a good excuse. Making fun of him for having a personal weatherman was classic Robin.
You know, if Richie wasn't high on our last interview, I think he would have recalled a time that Robin was really mad at him and had a fight or some sort of, discourse that went on between them. Right. And he could have recalled it.
You deserve to be an awarded person, I believe.
Well, thank you.
I do believe that. I believe you have the credentials.
Because I was just doing what I felt I should do.
I never expected an award. I do my good works for the good of society. In fact, I'm embarrassed to accept this award.
You deserve to be an awarded person, coming from the multimillionaire telling another multimillionaire, you deserve to be an awarded person. I just just awful. And just so much that they can just do for people that doesn't need to be stated or said, that you can do in your everyday life that they don't do. It's just so awful. And if you want to be rewarded for something, it should come from a place of, we want to do this because you have lived such a life that is so giving and so generous. But that doesn't happen naturally. These people want your Rolodex. That's the only reason why you're getting rewarded, Robin.
Well, the truth is, in 2021, if you want to be anonymous with your donations, with your charity work, it gets out no matter what. It might take a slower ride around the bend before you're acknowledged for it. But most people who do a lot of charity work, it gets out. People tell, oh God, they say, you can't imagine how much good work Dan Aykroyd does for the cops and the fire department in this town, and like really blue collar shit. Then that word of mouth spreads the same way this person's an asshole spreads. Like Shia LaBeouf's reputation's is shit because he's just a waste case, or whoever else, like Vincent Gallo or something like that. So the good stuff travels just as much because people can't wait to tell what so and so did for our precinct or whatever the fuck, or for blind kids or whatever the fuck. And it's not enough, though. It's not enough for him, and it's not enough for her. And what I find especially fascinating is that, like, we know he's mocking the shit out of her. Does Robin know he's mocking her? I don't believe so. I think she's A, not smart enough, and B, happy that she's being the focus. That's it. I think that supersedes any sensibility.
Yes, I believe that her NPD, she gets blinded by the compliments. It just triggers something in her that doesn't see that she's being mocked for a period of time. And
validation.
And so she's just like, oh, okay. I don't believe you're mocking me. I deserve this.
Okay. Well, there we go.
But I will take it graciously, for I am a gracious human being, as we all are beings unto this earth.
People of Earth, how are you?
Would you start your speech with that?
Remember when Fred was still alive? God, I miss those days. These days he's fucked up so much. The last breakdown, oh my God, Raven and I were almost fucking burst our we almost had our lungs collapse from the laughing. Fucking awfulness.
Hello, Earth. How are you?
What a nutcase.
I don't know who's happier, my husband, my mother, or my sister. This is certainly a very...
Where's Trudy? You got that one? She's the best.
I can find that one.
On the way here tonight to being honored, I was late. And I must tell you, I was late because I saw a young girl drowning.
This is also, guys, remember 2010's major dead air because that year, Artie's gone and they're trying to desperately to fill it up. So this is perfect for him because he can just go to town on Robin. She can treat it like, wow, I love this. And he can just have his way and she's too stupid to realize it.
I love when Howard or anybody brings up the Beatles that he loves so much and he never knows he never watches anything and he never knows anything. Like some of the documentaries even I've watched and I'm like, if you were such a fan, wouldn't you have watched this? Like,
but
he's such a poser.
Yeah, well, of course. I mean, the latest Mick Jagger interview, which I'm going to cover, but it's most likely going to be a Patreon thing, guys, because it won't. There's a very good chance it won't be allowed on YouTube because it's pre-recorded. I'm certain Isaac Isaac Lightfoot in our forum, our group rather, will tell you. Guaranteed it was fucking pre-recorded because of the way they fucked up the intro commercial going into the interview. they fucked up a little bit, and typically when he's done Dave Grohl interviews and all this other shit, and there's just glitches aplenty. They did not want this one to be fucked up, so it was pre-recorded. Any bugs were worked out. They made sure the audio was tip-top. Otherwise, it sounds, makes him look like an idiot. But someone asked me why they're doing the show at 1:15 p.m. instead of in the morning. And I figured the only excuse was if he was in L.A., which he wasn't, Mick was in North Carolina, it might be them trying to choose another time, like afternoon time, to see if they get more listeners somehow.
Maybe. Or just a scheduling conflict. Who cares? Nobody listens.
Well, no, but I'm trying to think, it is a weird time, and I was up really early, kind of just riffing and stuff. So thanks to all of you who took part of the fucking thread in Raven's absence. She took a well-deserved leave of absence for a bit, and now we got to cover this piece of shit interview.
Not only drowning in the waters, but drowning literally.
Fuck.
Because of society's pressures on young women's.
Oh, he never knows when to end a bit. He
doesn't. It is excruciating.
It is. And it's like, it was funny for 4 seconds. Like, it was 30 seconds. That was it.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Well, when has he ever known to end a bit? He was doing fucking sock puppets for about, I don't know, months. And decided, no, the audience enjoys this. Yes, we enjoy hearing sock puppets on the radio. Fuck's sake. Yeah.
Who's saying that?
As she was drowning, I gave her a camera to make her own film.
Just drown me. Drown me. Put a bag over my head with a fucking cement brick chained to my ankle and drowned me.
You don't have
The trend spotters tell us no one wants to save the rainforest anymore.
See, that's Trudy. For sure, that's Trudy. I think it might have been Madonna before. I'm not 100%, but I'll have to go back.
No, it wasn't Madonna before.
No? Okay.
Out of the color green. Well, I'd like to say something back to those pundits. You're wrong. Dead wrong. Just look at who is here tonight.
What a boring speech.
And why, Wade?
This is like a whole drag on the Rainforest concert.
Go ahead. Go ahead and come. Go ahead.
If you do that.
Out of compassion.
Oh, God, and that fucking sound is awful. Don't even play the clip. You can hear the feedback coming from the microphone. It's so awful. And this was one of the ultimately great clips that he used to fucking just tear apart, the Trudy Styler Rainforest thing. And the odds of this happening today, never. No fucking way. Marcy, whoever was responsible for it, that kiss those days goodbye.
Passion.
Oh, I gotta go home.
Stronger than ever. Frankly, I regard this evening as a show of strength.
Hey, talk faster.
What brings us together?
Look who's fucking talking. Christ. All those fucking impressions.
When's Sting gonna sing?
A deep down conviction about what we should be doing to save our planet, its rainforest, and people.
And people.
Fuck me, Robin. Fuck me, Robin.
God.
Here, wait, this one will help you. This will inspire you. This is Oprah's commencement speech.
Oh, let's hear from Oprah. Why not?
With that college she set up.
Okay.
And finally, let me just tell you a story about my success. I had a charity sale because I have clothes in every size, 8, 10, 12, 14, elastic.
Miss Oprah talks fast. I admire that. Don't do the Trudy thing.
Just drag
the
it out.
narcissism. Why does anybody care about Oprah's sizes and it's Trudy? Oh, and save the people.
Every word stand out.
I laugh at the pundits.
They say people don't like the color green.
God, the flow from these two fucking shithead senior assholes is just excruciating. And I understand not everybody's going to have something ready for the second that they're talking. I understand all that. But it's so stilted and forced that there's no comedy. They're just kind of winging it. But I don't know. It's imagine, I don't know, flying 747, but the fucking windows, the windscreen is completely black, and your hands are tied behind your back, and the yoke doesn't work anyway because it's stuck. That's kind of how he runs his show from then on. After Artie was gone, they really did need that third voice, and it's never more apparent than situations like this. And even Shuley, as much as I fucking hate him, would have been better in there as a third voice to just break up the monotony of these two assholes.
I'm blue, I'm a D, I'm a die, I'm a T.
I've not heard that in over a decade. My Lord. Okay.
Disagree.
Well, they're wrong.
Dead wrong.
Last time he went off the cup, he was doing the summit meeting, and every 2 seconds he had to look at the screen to remind himself of what he wanted to say.
Scratch the wig, walk off the screen.
Yeah, adjust his corset. Fuck, it was unbelievable.
Or you. Gotta get up there and give a speech. Don't bore everyone. They'll fucking kill you.
Yeah, they'll suicide bomb you if they're not making a movie.
Yeah, and don't bore them. Cut out the ass of your pants and moon the crowd. That'll get them going.
I ask you, is there cream in the pumpkin soup? I won't eat it. I'll only eat pure pumpkin. No cream. I'm allergic.
What is that broth made of?
Now they're mocking Jason's wedding or something when she decided, oh, I'm not eating that because it's got cream in it. I'm a vegan all of a sudden. Meanwhile, she said later on, I think it was more after the cancer, she was espousing the fucking vegan diet, but then she admitted more recently that she was eating meat that whole time. What a fucking piece of shit.
She was scarfing down cheeseburgers, but then she was going to give Jason shit about cream and soup.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Totally.
Get topless. That'll cheer people up. I feed the earth with these, my two bosoms. Women feed the world.
Let everything hang out.
Women feed the world, and yet women are disrespected and treated as second-class citizens. I say enough!
Get that poison out of your system.
Well, good for you, Robin. Congratulations.
I just mocked it constantly for 20 minutes, but good luck to you, shithead. Don't let the door hit your ass on the way out.
And I am honored that you asked me to be a part of this.
Yeah.
That's the little bow that wraps it all up.
And
glad that you feel that way.
Without you, I never would have known that I could donate money and have young kids make films. And
That's right. You wouldn't have known that there was a...
I wouldn't have known that I would have been uselessly spending money on black kids making movies who wouldn't be bombing themselves otherwise and lighting themselves on fire. Thank you.
Yeah, exactly. In case you didn't hear that, guys, that was black kids. I mean black and not white, but
on
black.
Cards that I hope not to meet.
Yeah. Christ almighty.
Will
they be coming?
To help people to evolve culturally.
Get that poison out of your system, Raven.
Did they say Raven?
What's that?
Did they just say Raven? Get that poison out of your system, Raven?
I believe so, yeah. We need a drop.
Fuck. Fucking Robin. Get that poison out of your system. Fuck. Fucking Robin.
Is that supposed to be, obviously it's a song parody, but who is that doing the...
It's Shake Your Booty, but I don't know who it is, and it's not funny.
Some whackback or some call or whatever, some hate call or something.
All right. That's a good song.
People of Earth, how are you?
Back to
You're
the
locked
well.
up in that apartment.
What's that?
They really need Artie.
Oh, God, man. Well, it's like, okay, you go into it. It's almost, Artie would do the same in his last year. I'm not going to be a hypocrite and say he didn't, but, that you go to a commercial, just put on a commercial, come back with something, get a guest, call in somebody. Doesn't matter anything, but this is what you're going to go with for fucking 2 hours? Or not 2 hours, but like 20 minutes and stuff, and then make it seem as if it's 2 hours? Fuck.
That poison out.
By the way, that poison out is really it's getting steam. Yesterday I played you a clip of
No, it's not.
a show on Sports Center where they actually in the middle of a game, said who got the poison out.
Okay, right. Like hit him with the hind, got so much traction. Mm-hmm.
Let the poison out.
And then on Daily 10 from the E! Network, I heard it again.
And Lindsay, weird, she got dissed. What happened? Well, Lindsay is MIA from this cover for a video game based on the movie Mean Girls. Apparently, Lindsay is just too expensive to put on the cover.
Okay, Lindsay, it is time to let it go, by the way. Get the poison out of your system and come...
Okay, fine. I don't seem to recall this being a thing they created.
The poison out has nothing to do with their show. This is, again, Howard, like how he's trying to talk about Joe Rogan. He's just trying to latch on to whatever because he's so irrelevant.
Oh, yes, and
sad
by the way,
old man.
By the way, we have loads of people asking when we're going to deal with that. I'm like, no, we can't, guys. We just can't. I'd love to, but it's too because of the vax thing. It's too hot, and the other thing is, YouTube's taking down anything like anti-vax now. Right. They just made a huge thing where they're like anything anti-vax we're taking off. So it's just not worth it, and it's not for us to deal with. Personally. It's just an old man clutching onto popularity of Joe Rogan, who's doing a great show. So listen to Joe Rogan and listen to us. Yeah. Well, yeah. And if we do anything related to Stern and Joe Rogan, it'll be more entrenched in the whole, like the feud from way back when, carrying to present day and whatever bullshit he said about him in the interim, but not the more recent stuff because, ultimately it's some old man yelling at a wall. And completely irrelevant. And if you look at the Google Trends and compare them, Rogan to Stern, it's actually a pretty amazing little line.
Work for us here at the Daily 10.
Yeah, that's right. It's catching on. Get the poison out of your system.
I swear to God, I thought I heard the Guatemalan music in there mixed in.
Could have been.
Okay.
Right.
When will you be honored, Robin, so I can prepare?
27th.
27th, all right. And I suggest people donate. What do you think of that? That's right. Oh, my.
How gracious.
Oh, my. It actually sounds very nice. And I'm proud of you. She does do a lot of charity work. Not like you schlubs. None of you.
Or you. Or her.
Because they're all busy being there doing everything for you.
Yeah. Awful.
Here, you could combine all your charity work in the last 10 years. You don't do half as much as her.
Not a race.
Oh. When's the last time Steve Langford did anyone a favor?
Did anything any good for anyone?
Do you ever do anything good for anyone?
Not like Robin.
No.
Who would have the time, have the capital, have the fame, have the notoriety to do anything for anybody except for you fucks who hoard all the marbles?
Yeah.
And just fucking get pissed about any time that anybody brings any sort of notoriety to any other cause. You guys get upset.
When you hear the odd time you would hear Gary go on about Life Beat or something like that, okay, but you'd never heard it jammed down your throat like this horse shit. So, you know, I give Gary a lot of crap about things, but he did not wave his charities around like some kind of fucking flag that, you know, he latched himself onto. It was more like, fuck, this is how you do charity, guys. Just fucking
That was
take care of it
that was an
quietly.
actual legitimate charity.
Absolutely, yeah.
She's a saint. She's a saint, isn't she?
She's doing incredible stuff.
Right. These kids are going to get to make a film.
And we've got more.
What else?
Quivers also planning charity benefits for the Hamptons, in addition to her comedy night at Caroline. That's for June.
Of course. Jesus H.
23rd.
I said the Hamptons thing is still just a name on the board. Like maybe we'll do something in the Hamptons.
What are you doing? What are you doing? You're having a comedy night?
Yes.
All right. We hear about this. What else is she doing?
That's it for the agenda now, but that's a lot of stuff.
No.
That was it.
I love the Carson music.
Yeah. I think it was Caroline's or something like that, and Dave Attell was there and a couple other people, and I'm sure Shuley made it down there, whatever, because, you know, he needs to hobnob with real, actual comics. But I love how Steve Langford sounds defeated. Like, that's all. That's about it. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, the big
Carolines.
Hamptons.
You're an angel. You're a blessed angel.
Yeah, Hamptons. Make sure the Hamptons mention them.
There's so many. There's so many people that need so much help in the Hamptons.
Yeah, Robin, could you help us with the balloons on the beach of the Hamptons? That's a charity.
We got tired
pick 'em
of
up.
hearing all the
Yep.
arguing about everything in this country and decided, you know, you have to get involved and
You're proactive.
the country you want.
Oh my God. All the arguing that goes on in this country, you're right. You know, we should really go to the epicenter of all the arguing where everything is so dire. I know. Let's go to the Hamptons.
Yeah, right.
Does everything have to involve us too?
Yeah.
Oh.
You're my
You're hearing it from here. You're hearing it. You're hearing it, guys.
Right. Are you planning a cancer ranch next?
No.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, because don't help cancer people. And this is when the tumor started growing. I guarantee it. Karma, I fully fucking believe in. And these pieces of shit, you want to flounce around your bullshit charities and mock a cancer ranch? Well, guess what? Get ready, Robin.
It's actually pure. I don't know if anybody out there believes in karma, but absolutely, she let endometrial cancer get to. You know how it takes a long time for that to manifest into something life-threatening, as opposed to other cancers, which are very fast-spreading and they move rapidly and they metastasize like crazy. But endometrial can be going on for years, and she didn't have an OBGYN at the time, as we'll you know, if we were to cover the cancer saga, but she'll say, I didn't have one. I had to ask Beth. I had to ask him to help me out find a doctor because I wasn't taking care of myself because I didn't believe in Western medicine. Well, here, bitch, this is what you fucking get. I mean, it's hard to have sympathy for that, people like that, and especially when you got people in your life like that have had to go through cancer themselves, and they were trying to take care of themselves and regularly saw doctors and shit.
And then it's to say, oh, don't tell me you're going to start a cancer ranch. Oh, God forbid you're going to help kids with cancer. But by all means, have a Hamptons charity.
Exactly, prick.
With illness, I think illnesses pretty much are covered. Not that they don't need things, but I'd like to do things that help children to grow as human beings. Yeah.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah, that's wonderful. And by the way, I'm not a fucking Imus fan. I just don't think you can shit on him for that. Certainly not for that. Not the cancer ranch.
A bunch of other things. Go for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is the kind kind of music you're doing too.
Yeah. Steve, anything else besides Robin news?
Also today, Scott DePace in Vegas, vigorously defending his trade show trip there.
That's a joke.
Telling Lisa G. Howard really doesn't know the history of what DePace says he's brought to the show in equipment expertise. DePace claims he gambled for just an hour his first night in Vegas and says he has not golfed.
All right, there you go.
That's a great headline. Thank you so much, Steve. We appreciate that. And guys, guess who else we appreciate? You for sticking through this. This is part 7. It might actually be a little longer than we wanted, but we wanted it out there, and a couple of them have been under 1 hour 45, 1 hour 50. So if this is a little extra long, so be it. Any closing words, my dear?
Oh, I'm just so glad that kids aren't blowing themselves up and lighting themselves on fire now, thanks to scenarios and Mima.
Isn't
anybody got
what
any?
They say on Big Bang Theory.
Anybody have any good hand whistle tunes that they can solve the world's problems with?
Guys, here's a kazoo. Fight terrorism. I think we got this one wrapped up. Thank you guys so much. Check us out on Patreon if you haven't already. It's $5 a month. We may be starting the the yearly annual memberships again. We're taking them off for a bit, but it's from $5 a month. You get every single extra Patreon episode we do and have done. They're all listed there. And we're going to be coming up with a lot more stuff as the weeks progress, because it's going to be a busy fall season. So on behalf of QF and everybody associated, we thank you guys so much. So take care.
Bye, guys.
Johnny was going to call in with the
later, man. Good, thanks for calling.
All right, Eric.
Announcement.
Take care,
today,
buddy.
but he sprained his ankle.
Yeah, we'll see you.
Hey, Eric, I got to run along.
Take care, buddy.
All right, thanks, Eric.
Oh, wait.
Go fuck yourself.
Anyone looking to go to any concerts this summer?
No.
Check out. Get pre
No one wants to go. We'll see you, buddy. Bye.
Hank, you're on the air.
Hey now, Howard. Howard.